I'm excited to have this conversation with Eddie Pickett III. He's here from Pasadena, California, representing Polytechnic School. But what's important to this conversation is about the theme of NACAC 21, that it's all about inclusion, it's about accessibility. And you represent an organization, GWI, that's specifically geared to doing just that. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think for me, GWI means family. Like, that's the family that I always lean on. It's the people I call when I need something. It's the people I bounce ideas off of. And there's nothing like breaking bread with somebody, and you have breakfast and lunch every single day with random people who are at this conference who care about inclusion. And so in sitting in that space, you get to know people that you're not gonna meet other places. You know, when I was an admissions counselor, I was meeting deans and directors and VPs and just sitting around lunch and chopping it up. It's like, oh, this is different,
Cool.
you know? And so that was my first one in Houston back in 2012, and I've probably done 8 of them at this point. I've been on faculty for 4 as well, and it's just important for me to be able to go and sit and talk about inclusion and diversity. You know, being a black man and at an independent school, you don't always have a lot of those people around you, and so GWI is my family that I can lean on.
Yeah, and you're taking your role as a board member to be a lot more intentional with this mission as well, correct? Talk to me about that, because here at NACAC, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And what are you going to take away from here this week, take it back to California?
Yeah, I think I'm new to the board, so I'm literally rolling on right now. And
so you got a lot of work ahead of you.
A lot of work. It's going to be a fun adventure for the next 3 years,
exactly.
for sure. And I think just as I thought about why to run for the board, I was always thinking like, well, how many of me are sitting in those seats? How many of me have somebody to look at and to say, oh yeah, I look like that person in this role? And so I think that was important, but I think the big piece was just having a message of, we need to actually think about the one. We always think about the 99, but what about the one? We can't leave that one behind. And so when thinking about equity and inclusion issues, it's easy to do what we've been doing. It's harder to do what we should be doing. And so I want to be able to ask those questions, both of myself first, because you can't look at anybody else without looking at yourself and your practices. And then at an organization, say, what are we going to do as an organization to not leave that person behind or those people behind?
No man or woman left behind. Intentionality, that's all it is, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and sharing. Continue the work. Good luck with your work ahead of you, right? I know you're going to make a big difference, and again, remembering inclusion, accessibility for all.
Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure to meet you as well.
Absolutely.